I disliked reading, so I lacked knowledge. It's another extraordinary episode of telling the experience on Moments with BOT. And in today's episode, I have decided to share with you an interesting yet weird and funny part of my experience from being a lazy reader to a growing reader. So if you're out there, you are like me, or you still have that personality or traits of being a lazy reader, then today's episode is for you. Yes, you. I hated reading. I dislike reading. I sleep off whenever I read. I find it tiring to read because I found no interest and I found no meaning or life in it. But when I realized that I was behind, yes, when I realized that I lacked knowledge, when I realized that I lacked significance and impact in a lot of things, that was when I awoke from the grave of being a dead reader. Reading is an habit that can be built. Reading is a culture that can be lived, but the habits or the culture or the interest of reading needs one thing, and that is discipline. For me, as someone coming from the personality of being a lazy reader to being a growing reader, I realized that reading can be hard, but with discipline, you'll find yourself in the path of being a reader. So one thing that I've learned over the years is that if you do not give yourself to reading, then you are giving yourself to lack of impact. You are giving yourself to a life of lack of knowledge, and you are giving yourself to a life of being veiled from a lot of things that you need to see by being a reader. I'm not the perfect reader as of today, but I'm growing. I'm living a life of discipline. I'm living a life of consistency. I'm living a life of caution because I have realized the impact of reading. Give yourself to readings that builds you up psychologically, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, academically, and in every aspect of your life. Let yourself out of that shell of being a lazy reader. Let yourself out and let your wings fly. Discipline yourself. Make sure that you give yourself to accountability. That will keep you on track. That will keep you in touch of your reading habit and your reading culture. Reading might not come easy, yes, but then you can grow into a reader. Reading might not come so rosy or of interest to you at the beginning, but the more you read, the more you want to read. The more you do it, the more you find interest in it. Because in this particular era and this particular generation that we are, and more to come, if the Lord tarries, if you are not a reader, you might lack significance in your world. Did I just say might? You will lack significance in your world. Because a lot of knowledge, a lot of answers, a lot of impacts, and a lot of questions is caged in the four walls of a book. A book. So, how did I journey from being a lazy reader to a growing reader? 1. Fight. Yes, fight yourself. You and I have to get to a point in our life that we don't have to be comfortable with our comfortability. Fight that comfortability. Fight yourself until you become better. 2. Do it. Don't just fight yourself and sit back. Make sure that you get to work and do it. Get to action. Make sure that you surround yourself with accountability things. Your alarm is an accountability item. Set alarms. Your friend can be your accountability partner. Pinch yourself and wake yourself up that I have to be a reader. So, extraordinary family, in the year 2024, one of the disciplines that I have set out for myself is to be a better reader. Read wide. Read intentionally. Read intelligently. Read with purpose in mind. So, I want you to join me on this discipline challenge of being a better reader in the year 2024. And that is, read at least 2 books in a month. At least 2 books in a month. You can read 3, you can read 4, you can read 5, but never read 1. And the more you do it, the more you fight yourself, the more you stay in it, the more you would become a better reader, and you would open up yourself to impact, you open up yourself to knowledge, and you open up yourself to being a better version of who you are. Thank you for joining in today's extraordinary episode. Do not forget to click on the subscribe button to be a part of the family, and make sure to share someone that needs to be a better reader in the year 2024. And till I come your way again, see you next time.